time to learn the system, as head coach Bill Belichick says you can see a difference that a year makes. Take a listen.
Cam's way ahead of where he was last year at this time. There's no question about that. I mean, it's, as you would expect, he, has a good year of experience under his belt and is able to start the process at the beginning and not be in a catch-up mode like he was last year.
Okay, Freddie, can Cam get back to the Super Bowl with the Patriots?
Only as an assistant coach, not as a quarterback, if that happens, because I don't trust Cam Newton enough, even though they've done a great job adding pieces in the offseason, and they're going to get all those defensive guys back. So we should automatically assume and really believe and trust and believe that the Patriots are going to be a better football team. But I still wonder if Cam Newton has that ability to dial it up, especially throwing the football. He can no longer put a team on his shoulders and run his way in addition to passing his way and getting that team to a Super Bowl. The AFC is still loaded, especially in their own division. You got the Buffalo Bills, who I still believe is the best team in that division, and Miami right behind that football team. So I could see the Patriots back in the playoffs, but Cam Newton leading this team to a Super Bowl, I don't see that happening. I think if the Patriots get to a Super Bowl, it'll be with Mac Jones as their quarterback in the future, not Cam Newton this year or if he's around next year.
Mac and cheese, as Cam affectionately calls Mac Jones. You got mac and cheese getting the Patriots back to a Super Bowl. Freddie, listen, it's the end of our show. I got a flag for you, Freddie.
Already?
That is ridiculous. I got on my referee stripe.
I was waiting for this.
Don't bark. Listen, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Cameron Newton, okay? He had, here goes that word we all hate, unprecedented. He had quite the year last year. I don't think we can negate how far behind he was due to COVID, the whole bit, the opt-outs that this Patriots organization had, and all the things that they've done in free agency. And everybody wanted to point out the Bill Belichick, Tom Brady thing. Tom Brady went and had success. There probably is a part of Bill Belichick that is like, let me go and remind y'all that I was the orchestrator for all the things that happened here while Tom was in Boston. I think that we are underestimating Cam. Has his game changed? Certainly. Is he still necessarily Superman taking all those crazy hits? I don't know that he is. But is he still an extremely high IQ football player? Is he still a guy that can lead a team, especially when he has the opportunity to team up with one Bill Belichick? Listen, this year, probably not. Next year, I would not rule it out. I just think that there's room for this to be a possibility. I would not rule it out when it comes to this organization and this union with Cam.
I'm ruling it out because I don't think he's going to be a Patriots quarterback next year. Mac Jones is coming on strong, and he's going to be that starting quarterback next year. So if Cam Newton's going to do it, it better be this year. Good luck doing that because this is a precision offense. Although I will say this, Cam Newton has got more love in the media from Bill Belichick than Tom Brady got in 20 years. Tom Brady couldn't get a pat on the helmet.
They feel bad for him.
Yeah, he could get an invitation to the Belichick Thanksgiving dinner. Cam Newton's there 2 years. Boy, Cam Newton's getting so much love from Bill Belichick. Tom Brady's be sitting back going, what? I won you 6 championships.
It's Cam's
I can't get that kind
nickname
of love?
I know.
It's because Cam got a swaggy nickname game. He calls them $dollar bill, y'all.
I get it. But Tom Brady made dollar bills for Bill Belichick and 6 championships in those 20 years.
Now he's making those dollar bills down in Tampa. Okay, let's talk about another quarterback. We have Derek Carr. He's been the Raiders QB for 7 seasons. He wants it to stay that way. Carr led the Raiders to an 8-8 season last year, and the team hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, but restated his desire to remain the guy in Vegas.
I've said it over and over again. I'd probably quit football if I had to play for somebody else. I am a Raider for my entire life. I'm going to root for one team for the rest of my life, and it's the Raiders.
Freddie, he's a loyal guy. What's your reaction to Carr's comments?
Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not 1955. I just wanted to make sure that we were 2021. This is the National Football League, and I'm a Derek Carr fan. I think he embodies everything you want as a football player and a person. A very faithful guy, a very loyal guy. But he's playing for a coach in John Gruden that if you're not producing to his liking, he will move on from you. So I get it. Derek Carr loves the organization. He wants to make the Raiders matter again. He wants to have that commitment to excellence that was a part of the Raiders' DNA for a long time when they were competing and winning championships. But in the National Football League, the NFL stands for not for long, especially the Las Vegas Raiders, that if you're not producing the way that John Gruden believes you can produce, he will go out and find somebody else. He wanted to be in the Tom Brady sweepstakes last year, and they were not able to make that happen with the Raiders, but Tom Brady went on to Tampa Bay because that's where he wanted. It's nice and refreshing that Derek Carr feels this way, But this is the 21st century, not the 20th century. And if you're not producing the way a coach wants you to, you can have that loyalty, but you have to take that loyalty somewhere else because John Gruden is not going to be playing and standing for that.
I read this quote before I saw it, and I was like, is he kidding? Or was he serious? But the more that I've had a chance to digest it, while I agree with everything you got, Freddie, in terms of this is a results-driven industry, and if you're not getting it done, you're not going to have the opportunity to be put on the field. I am, again, going back to our conversation about Aaron Rodgers and today's athlete. You could argue that in terms of Derek Carr, the man, the husband, the father, he's done what he needs to do financially, right? If he's been smart with his money, he's good. If he has this level of allegiance, cool, kind of. I mean, that's it's his personal choice. I think the idea that Gruden has this type of allegiance is we're not going there. Like, that's not a thing at all. He's obviously looking for who puts him in the best position to win football games. And so there's actually a part of me that says, well, if you are okay with being forced into retirement and that's not necessarily what your only option would be, then good on you. But there it is very clear that the other side of this, in terms of the people that make the personnel decisions for the Raiders, they don't have this kind of loyalty.
Yeah, real quick, I think Derek Carr's gotten a bad rap as a quarterback because for the longest time before they moved to Las Vegas, people wanted him out of there. I said, that guy's a better quarterback than you think. He's got a stud for a tight end in Waller, who's one of the best tight ends in the National Football League. The Raiders need to improve on defense, no doubt about that. But plenty of problems that the Raiders have had, Monica and Charlie, has not been Derek Carr's fault, but he's taken the blame for a lot of that. So I understand he's probably thinking, you know what? I've been here through the tried and true. I deserve to be around when we finally get better. That's still another year away because that defense can't stop anybody. They can't catch a common cold, much less stopping anybody. So he's really going to have to play a lot better to overcome the deficiencies that the Raiders are going to have on defense in 2021.
All right, well, you mentioned Cam Newton maybe becoming an assistant coach. Maybe that's in Derek Carr's future as well for the Raiders. He's a loyal man. All right, let's move on to the NBA for our final topic of the show. We have a pivotal Game 5 in Philly series tied up after Trae Young. Ice Trae led the Hawks to the come-from-behind victory with a 25-point performance in Game 4. Monica, who has the edge tonight?
Okay, let me explain my answer, Charlie and Freddie. I believe the Hawks have the edge. Uncle Mo is on their side. That was a very gritty comeback win for them. And quite honestly, we've heard from the 76ers camp that they choked that one away, right? However, I do think that the 76ers squad is good enough. And if they play Game 2 basketball, they should be able to overcome this Hawks squad with an edge. But the Hawks have length, they have confidence, and they can shoot the three. So I think the Hawks are feeling pretty good coming into this one.
To me, the team that has the edge is the team that's going to be playing at home, and that's the Philadelphia 76ers. And Monica, to your point, they blew an 18-point lead. And Doc Rivers let them hear about it in the postgame where he said the Hawks out-bleeping worked us all night long, especially coming back from 18 points. You know that's going to be ringing in the ears of one particular dude, and that is Joel Embiid, who went 0 for the fourth quarter. He's a very prideful man and a very forceful man. He's going to bring that edge, and everybody's going to follow his lead. I'm with you. I think the 76ers win tonight, but they have the edge going into this game based on how they choked it away in the final half of the
one thing
Game 4.
I think is the one thing I think is important for us to watch, as terrific as Joel Embiid has been, in the last game, we started to see maybe that knee actually is bothering him. So we've got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Well, you know he's feeling good too now after making All-NBA. He's entitled to that Supermax money, so he's feeling good heading into tonight. We have two big games, both of them tied at 2-2, so we are